Hi, I'm Dr. Marcy Willard. I am the CEO of Clear Child Psychology. I also have my doctorate in psychology. I am a licensed psychologist. I am a licensed school psychologist, and I'm a nationally certified school psychologist. In my training and time, I worked in hospitals and diagnostic clinics and schools. And I learned some trends. One of the trends is that kids are still great. They are still full of wonder. They are a delight to work with. And let's just face it, awesomeness. And that I love to impart. The part that I don't like to share with the rest of the world out here is that the diagnostic process and the treatment process has not improved much. What's happened instead is that kids are waiting to either get a diagnosis or to get some help. Parents go into their pediatrician and say, I've got some concerns about my child. He's not acting like the other kids. I'm having trouble. I think he doesn't know how to make friends. And the pediatricians are often saying, let's wait and see. Wait for what? But I understand that because a lot of times there's nowhere to send the kids to get the evaluation done. The people that I know in the community who are doing quality evaluations, unfortunately, a lot of them are literally going out of business with a 2-year wait list of kids that need their help. Why? Part of it is the diagnostic process takes really long the way it is right now. And reimbursement rates do not allow for a person to be reimbursed for the kind of time they're spending. So people are going out of business. And meanwhile, these kids are still sitting on this wait list and it's getting longer and longer. So I thought, gosh, there's got to be something we can do about this. And one of the first things that we did was we referenced a textbook that we had written a while back about how to do a comprehensive diagnostic evaluation. And in that book, we found that there's 11 main areas of diagnosis. It's 11 areas of potential concerns. And out of those, there are symptoms. And the symptoms can be broken down into a framework that looks at the different areas of potential concern. Over my shoulder, you can see one there with the girls that are kind of hugging in the background. And that one is about intimacy, about how do you make a best friend? And this one over here is about empathy. How do you show care and concern, and how do you develop an understanding of what your friends feel? This one over here below me is about sequential reasoning. It's the idea of understanding how to put things in order, and how even if a child's having trouble following directions, sometimes they do not understand the order. They can't put things in sequence. All of those skills can be taught, and none of those things are terribly complicated. So I thought to myself, why are all of these very kind of easily teachable skills hidden behind a psychologist's door? One of the reasons is that diagnosis is this door to treatment. And right now, that door is closed because this diagnostic process is taking far too long and people are not getting reimbursed for it. And so the wait lists just get longer and longer. One of the things that we thought we could do is leverage technology. Leverage this digital disruption and use an artificial intelligence engine to take all of these diagnostic symptoms and make them accessible and useful in a format where multiple providers could provide input. So for example, a speech therapist in the field might work with me as a Clear clinician, and together we could make that diagnosis. I would see the child for less time than I normally would because I have the nice consultation of somebody who knows that child well using a tool like this. And what we do is take this process, which usually takes from 8 hours to 20 hours, where you spend some time with the child, you do your initial intake interview, you do all of your diagnostic testing, and then you have your feedback and your report. We take all of that and break it down to 4 hours in a collaborative, multidisciplinary team approach using a digital technology. By doing this, we can take all of the recommendations for each of the symptoms here and make them clear and digestible and understandable and capture the beauty of these children that you're serving, and come up with a symptom kind of progression and be able to show, well, your child's here and these are the things that he needs to be successful. And then we can check back, we can progress monitor and see, did those symptoms change? And if they did, here's some new recommendations that can really address those concerns, both at home and in the community, in counseling and in services, and on top of that, at school. If the child needs ABA, if they need speech therapy, if they need occupational therapy, we can explain to them why those therapies are needed, which skills need to be addressed, and we can put it in a format where it's digestible and understandable. We're not putting all of this critical information behind this closed door now. So my charge to you is, if you are a therapist out there working in the community and you're interested in getting involved in diagnosis, we would love for you to join us. Click below on the link and I will reach out to you directly to find out your interest in either being a preferred provider, where you actually partner with us in doing diagnosis, or a CLEAR certified clinician like me, where we work together to actually make that diagnosis and sign the report. So both of us, or a team of us, work together to make that diagnosis expedited and systematic, so that these kids are getting the help they need, getting a diagnosis, and getting on that path to treatment. Let's make it better together.